Hello everyone, we're really excited to be here today to kick off the AI Blueprints Hackathon with Filecoin. We have lots to get through, so we're going to jump right in. Today, we're going to introduce the hackathon, we're going to hear from the partners, and then straight after this, we're going to have an introductory workshop from Phil B on Filecoin. So stick around, there's lots to get through. First of all, for those who don't know, we are Encode Club. We're a developer community and we help you learn, build and forge your career in emerging tech. So we do this through a handful of educational programs. We have Educates, which are free education series open to everyone and covering sort of high level topics. We run hackathons like the ones that we're here, like the one that we're here to launch today. We do accelerators, which follow on from hackathons and help you take early stage projects and build them up into market ready companies. We also run boot camps, which are intensive programs designed for you to kickstart your journey into a new area, for example, with a new programming language. And we also run recruitment events every year. So make sure that you're reading our newsletter to see what might be coming up, because there might be something that interests you. We're not here to talk about future events. Today, we're here to talk about the AI Blueprint Hackathon, which we're really excited to be launching today. You are being challenged to build the future of AI with decentralized data infrastructure. So I won't go into too much detail because we'll have a few speakers come and speak about this in a bit. But the main challenges that you're being asked to tackle in this hackathon are data provenance, which is verifying where data originates from, data sourcing, which is focusing on the ethical collection of data, fair attribution, meaning fair compensation for data creators, and also efficient AI. So these are the main challenges that you're going to be focusing on, and there's a lot more detail on this in the Hacker Pack, so make sure that you're reading it before you're starting your ideation and starting your building. So to kick us off with our first speaker, I'd like to welcome Eomji Park to the stage, who I'm sure wants to say a few words and welcome you to the hackathon.
So, hello everyone, can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Fantastic. So, very excited to welcome everyone who is joining the AI Blueprint Hack. Of course, like since last year, AI has been like a huge trend everywhere across like every industry. Everyone is talking about AI. Perhaps like almost every 2 weeks, you may see some IT leaders talking about AI and our future, how unpredictable it is, but how exciting it is. This time in this hackathon, as just Rebecca mentioned, we're gonna have a lot of like different learnings you learn from the best, hack for the best. That like we're gonna have interesting challenges around how to handle those data, as you said, like from the end to end, and how even you use them greatly. We have amazing partners joining soon. You're gonna see all the list of like different mentors and challenges also in the Hacker Pack that, depending on what you are curious about, there are going to be a lot of different opportunities to learn and build something. I believe that after this hackathon, some of you might be really interested in that topic and even going further and build some new tools or like a different framework around. Maybe some of you are going to be keep expanding your knowledge and learning. And overall, all these kind of opportunities are going to be keep coming around the year. So please stay tuned. And this is going to be a great start for anybody who is interested in some intersection between AI and all the different, especially like you're going to see that these challenge partners coming with their tech. So please enjoy this. We will be always around, and I'm very excited to see that this special version of the AI Blueprint Hack. And please make a surprise.
Thank you, Eomji, for coming and welcoming everyone, and also with some sort of inspiring words. Next up, I'm going to invite Danny O'Brien to the stage, who is Senior Fellow at Filecoin Foundation, and we're really excited that he's able to join us today. Hi, Danny. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. It's a pleasure to join you all.
Would you like to introduce a bit about Filecoin's mission and a bit about why we're here to take part in this hackathon today?
Sure. So I don't have slides or anything. You'll just have to stare into my face. So I'll just try and make this as short and as interesting and perhaps useful as possible. I'm here to give you the big picture about Filecoin. Filecoin is a decentralized storage system. It was grew out of something called the Interplanetary File System, IPFS, which if you haven't learned about, you'll probably learn about more in the following hackathon. But where does that fit into AI, right? Where does that fit into the best way of building and using AI in the future? Well, the history of distributed storage and the history of Filecoin actually sort of intersects with AI and also Web 1 and 2. So as you can probably tell, I'm pretty old. I was around in the ancient times. And one of the threads that went through the early expansion and explosion in popularity that led to the web that you are using right now, actually, if you're using the Lifestyle app, is the idea of making all of human knowledge computer readable, right? Rather than locked away in books or literal white papers, right? It was the idea that we can put this and link it together, right? So the whole idea with the web, as you know, is that there are links. And distributed around the world. So there wasn't some giant repository in the American Library of Congress or the British Library or anywhere like that. It would be stored collectively closest to the places that the people who created it, who could change it and improve it and knew how to link it to other people. One of the things we learned in the early web is that that decentralization, that distribution gave a lot of beautiful effects. It made things easier to update. It put the power where it should be, the power to edit, the power. Can you still hear me?
We lost you, sort of. Can you keep speaking?
Yes, let me try. 1 second. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Oh, we've lost your video. Oh.
You can hear me now, though, right?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, then. Good. I will continue to be historical in the face of collapsing technology, which is actually the theme, right? So what happened was the web's re-centralized, right? So we had, rather than everybody running their own servers, connecting, knowledge being distributed and linked together, and people collectively sharing human knowledge, it all began to center into Amazon and Google and Facebook, and these began to shut down. So Filecoin is part of a general movement to try and take advantage of the benefits of a decentralized and distributed system again, and also to try and ensure that it doesn't centralize up again. And so the way, and as you will learn, the way it's designed is to try and make storage not only can be decentralized at the beginning, but also stay decentralized. And I think this is the thing to bear in mind with AI too, right? We're in the same kind of situation where AI has a lot of centripetal tendencies, a lot of tendency to get more and more centralized. So eventually everyone is just using the same AI as everyone else on these big servers. And that has bad effects, from trying to have an AI agent that does what you want rather than what OpenAI wants, or rather what Mark Zuckerberg wants, or Jeff Bezos, or what have you, right? You want agents to represent your interests. So in terms of Filecoin and the technology, there are a couple of things that I think will be useful for this hackathon. One is a decentralized system not only gives users power, but creators power too. So the important thing here is that data has gravity, that there will be large amounts of data, and you will tend to want to do the processing near that data. And so the advantage here with Filecoin is that means you don't necessarily have to run your models in the same centralized strongholds. The other thing that I think is more applicable to what you'll be doing in the next hackathon few days is if you are sending agents out to do things, the two things those agents need is authentication, the ability to have the authority to connect and communicate to things. And so I would recommend take a look at what Staracha, one of our products working on Filecoin, is doing with UCANs. Very interesting way of being able to give agents the ability to store and access data in a decentralized way, so you don't have to log in with Google or whatever. The other thing, and this is where I think Web3 comes in, is the idea of being able to give your agents like a little bit of money to buy resources or to rent out services themselves. Now, this is a very immature environment, so you may want to build something that takes money to do something, right? Or it may be something that is giving money, or you may have to build both of those things. But I think that will give you a lot of really strong ideas about how you can use models and build things that really take advantage both of that decentralization, so people don't have to depend on things that they don't know or trust. And also you can give your agents a little bit of autonomy, a little bit of small change, and a little bit of authority to do things in your name. The most important thing with decentralizing AI, in the same way as decentralized storage, is that you decentralize so you can move the power and the autonomy and the control away from a central office, right? And to the end user and also the end developer. So the end user has more power to control those models and agents, and you as a developer aren't locked in to a particular model or a particular company's API. So that's kind of my inspo for this thing, and I hope you will have a really great time working with our technologies.
Thank you very much, Danny, and thank you for fighting through the tech difficulties. I really hope you're not being censored, though. That would be questionable.
Yeah.
That was very convincing. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. I will send you backstage again now, and we'll move on to our next speaker, who is Sarah, the founder and CEO of Philby. Now, she really wanted to join us here today, but unfortunately, she is currently on a plane, which can make it quite difficult to call in. But she didn't want to miss out, so she has left us a video message, which I will play now. So let's virtually welcome Sarah, who I'm sure you'll all become familiar with throughout the course of the hackathon.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, the founder and CEO of Philby, a public goods developer experience and DevRel team for the Filecoin ecosystem. If you've been to a Code and Corgi event or you've seen Phil Builders around on Twitter, that is from our team. We grew that community and are very much connected to it. So if you're coming from there, welcome, welcome. We are very excited to host this hackathon together with Polaris and Encode for hackers that are very interested around DeepIn and the data layer for AI, right? So today, AI is a huge buzzword, which is awesome. There's a lot of innovation out there going on, and a lot of hackathons are focused on agents, of which some we've participated in as well. And there are very interesting problem statements to solve in that space around, like verifiable intelligence and all these agent competitions going on today. So that's really awesome. Where we're looking at in this hackathon is one layer down. So as applications of AI rapidly progress in the next coming months and years, as hopefully this train goes full steam ahead, we're going to need to make sure we resolve the foundational layer of AI and think about the data layer, right? And how that we can keep that decentralized. So this hackathon very much focuses on that. The reality is that today, a lot of AI tools or models or frameworks and all the data it collects are very concentrated in a centralized group of a few companies, right? And they own the models and they own the training data. So that definitely poses questions and concerns around data ownership and provenance, and the debate can go on and on. But it's awesome to have another option to this and optimize for an alternative way to provide great AI, but having a decentralized storage layer instead. And so what we challenge hackers to do in this hackathon is to think about how you can help be part of the AI revolution and build the right data layer for it. We want to be able to see an equitable AI ecosystem at the end of the day. So look forward to seeing all these hackers and look forward to seeing all of you and supporting all of you for the next month to build this out. We'll be working very closely with all the partners and all their mentors in the chat as well, helping you to connect the dots and build some really awesome solutions and projects. So I'm very excited. Wish you all the best. We'll see you on Discord. And, I'm sure you've gotten inspired from this morning's talks, and, you're going to jump straight into your first technical workshop this today, and then for the rest of the week too. So a lot to learn, but we'll be around if you want to brainstorm, and yeah, just happy to chat. Thank you.
Sorry, I cut Sarah off there as she was saying thank you. But thank you, Sarah, for sending in that video. And I hope that people are as inspired as you say. As she was talking about, Filecoin's bounty covers the hacking the data layer for AI. So this is the kind of main title bounty of the hackathon. And it challenges you to build the future of AI with decentralized storage on Filecoin, enhancing provenance, privacy, efficiency, and interoperability. So this bounty has a prize pool of 38,000, which is spread across the bounty prizes and also some grants for continuation. So definitely have a read of the Filecoin problem statement in the hacker pack that was sent to you when you registered, because there's lots and lots of detail. And get in contact with the Philby team if you want to brainstorm, as Sarah said. So now we're going to move on to talking about the partner bounties. And I see that Patrick has joined me on stage. So that means I can move on to introduce the Checker Network and their bounty. Patrick, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Just before I begin, how long would you like me to speak for?
Oh, a couple of minutes, whatever you feel can introduce the Checker Network and your bounty to everyone.
Perfect. All right, great, thanks. My name is Patrick from the Checker Network, and the prize that we're putting forward to this hackathon is for people to build what we call Checker subnets. A Checker subnet is a subnet of the Checker Network that gathers intelligence data from Filecoin or from other deep-in networks, and then aggregates that data, publishes it on chain, and then stores it on Filecoin. Why do we want to build this intelligence data? The deep-in and really the wider Web3 space has got a big trust problem. Lots of people outside of the small ecosystem that we're in do not trust anything that comes out of this ecosystem. There's lots of issues that we hear about in the news, and we need to continue to build the trust, not just by showing people how it works, but also with verifiability, showing people with data and with verifiable protocols how well this industry works. And so that's what we set out to do with the Checker Network. We began by looking at Filecoin and saying, right, the thing that people don't currently trust is whether they can retrieve their data from Filecoin. So we then started to build a network which would test and check the retrievability of Filecoin and build what we call intelligence data around that. But the important thing is that you can't be building this intelligence data from a centralized entity because we're in Web3. So this network, which is building this data, has to itself be decentralized. And it's really with that kind of thought that the Checker Network was born. We started off by gathering network intelligence around Filecoin, and we're now extending to other deep-in networks and also targeting the more traditional Web2 network intelligence market. My call out to anyone taking part of this hackathon is to come up with an idea for one of these Checker subnets and build one out to gather network intelligence on a deep-in network. To give some examples of things you could look into, there's kind of retrievability of data, latency, availability, uptime, geolocation of nodes, testing RPC providers for their availability of data, testing the accuracy of the data you're getting back from these networks. And then you can also move more into Web 2 and just test kind of domains, DNS, websites, how they work in different countries. You can just monitor kind of internet outages, web app outages or CDN outages, as well as performance. So there's loads of things which you can test with the Checker Network. And then importantly, this is linked to Filecoin. One, because Filecoin is the first network that we're testing, and two, because we store all of the data that we collect through the Storacha network and onto Filecoin. The prize pool is 7K. There's 5K for the winning Checker subnet submission and 2K for the runner-up. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or you have any ideas for what you'd like to work on. We've also got a call tomorrow where I'll go through stuff in more depth about the Checker network and how to take part. Yeah, that's the Checker network, and come build a Checker subnet. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I will move you backstage again now, and we'll move on to our next partner, which is Storacha, as Patrick just mentioned, actually. So Jamie is joining me on stage now. Hi, Jamie.
Hi there.
Do you want to introduce Storacha and your bounty?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm developer relations over at Storacha. I'm really excited to work with all of you. Storacha is hot storage that is completely self-sovereign. And we have some exciting things that we're working on, and we're excited to work with you. So one of our bounties that we have is hot AI integrations, hotter storage. So right now we have one integration with Eliza OS using Storacha, but we're really excited to have more AI integrations with Storacha. And so the way that this bounty will work is that you get to pick an open framework, which we've suggested a few, but obviously you can research and determine what's best for you, and create an integration using Storacha for storing data. And there's more details in the rubric, and I'll go over more details on Wednesday when I go over my introductory call. Up to 3 teams will be able to earn up to $1,000. So this is really exciting and something that we're looking forward working with the community with. And then our next bounty that we have available is spicy AI collaborations with Storacha data storage. So the idea behind this is that you have multiple agents, either same framework, different framework. They're using Storacha to store data. They're using Storacha to give permission to other agents, and they're sharing that data between them. And so this one, you really get to pick like what the purpose of the agents are. And we're really just interested in being able to see those agents interact. And our prize pool is up to 2 teams will get up to $1,000 each. So we're really excited to work with you, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Thank you very much, Jamie. And yes, we will see you in your workshop on Wednesday. So now moving on to Encode. I'll send Jamie backstage again now. And Bart has already joined me. Hi, Bart.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. Thanks for joining us today. Do you want to introduce Encode and your bounty?
Yeah, so thanks for hosting us. This is Encode. I'm Bart. I'm a solutions architect there, and our challenge is focused on making useful tools for AI use cases in a nutshell. So doing things like Encode's focus in general is on decentralized storage on-ramp, and we have a hot retrieval network. So we're trying to focus on designing, giving your development experience and the user experience as simple and easy to use as possible. To do that, we have a $5,000 prize pool, and we're really looking forward to seeing things that are useful, seamless, but also really unique. So really anything that checks those boxes is great for us. And we have a whole suite of tools through our docs. You can find that. I'll be doing my workshop tomorrow, and I'll talk more about that. We have an SDK and CLI in a couple different languages. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much, Bart. We will see you tomorrow for your workshop. I will send you backstage again now, and we'll have Recall up next. So Mark should be joining me very soon. Hi, Mark.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. So I'd love to introduce Recall and then our bounty. So before I begin, I'm Mark. I'm a partner engineer, an integrations engineer at Recall. Super excited to introduce our AI data layer hack bounty with $10,000 worth of prizes. And to introduce Recall, I'll first introduce the problem. So as many of you know, AI agents are making increasingly important decisions, but they lack trusted and verifiable intelligence. So Recall solves this by providing a decentralized intelligence layer where AI agents can store, retrieve, and verify knowledge on chain. For those of you new to Recall, we're built on Filecoin's IPC framework that uses scalable subnet architecture to provide high throughput, low latency data ingest and retrieval, all within a permissionless decentralized network. So this enables agents to persist intelligence, verify knowledge, provenance, and monetize their insights, helping to create the foundation for trustless collaboration and an AI agent economy. So for the challenge, we're hoping that you'll build AI agents that integrate Recall to exchange and validate intelligence. Your projects should demonstrate how agents can achieve trustless collaboration and perform better by working together. So to help you get started quickly, I've actually created a starter kit with Recall. It's a plugin for storage and chain of thought logging. It's built with ELIZA, but you're not constrained to use ELIZA, of course, throughout the duration of this hack. It's available as a clonable GitHub repo, and on Wednesday at 2:15 Eastern, I'll be going through my Recall workshop where I'll be walking through that and a few other basic utilities using Recall. Just a quick rundown of our prizes and examples. So this includes 3,500 grand prize for the best overall Recall integration, 2,000 for the most innovative intelligence exchange, and then 1,500 for the best AI data provenance implementation, and then two $1,500 prizes for outstanding open source contributions. So just to give you a few examples, you could build verifiable AI decision logs with on-chain reasoning, a decentralized intelligence or skills marketplace, a swarm of trading agents that could use Recall to collaborate on insights and strategies. The list goes on, and I think in the one of the docs that you all have access to, I've kind of expanded on these examples, and then I'm happy to answer questions about ideas you might have on Wednesday as well. I'll also be around in the Discord if anyone needs me throughout the duration of this hack. So please hit me up if you are interested in building on Recall and you have some questions as you get started. But again, super excited to be working with you all, and then yeah, good luck.
Thank you very much, Mark. You are correct. All of the information that you've put together is in the hacker pack, which everyone was sent when they registered. So make sure you check out and the starter kit there as well is linked that Mark made. So make sure you check that out, and also contact him in the Discord. Okay, cool. We'll move on to our next partner, which is LilyPad. So hi, Phil. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Phil. I'm a DevRel and DX engineer at LilyPad. And if you don't know what LilyPad is, it's an open deployment network for AI that allows developers to create, deploy, and monetize AI models. We have a REST API with 10 LLMs currently deployed to it. We also have a CLI tool to run things like SDXL, so you can wrap that and use that as a service in your front ends or anything like that. For our bounty, we actually have two separate sections. So the first one is in a tiered first, second, and third place for the best LLM and agent workflow or the use case using our API. And the bonus is for best module. Module is a Docker image with, some kind of logic that uses an AI model and is deployed to LilyPad and then can run on our network. So for instance, Mistral just released a 24B LLM today. So if someone deployed that to LilyPad, you could potentially win $500. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what everyone gets up to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Phil. Sounds really exciting. I will send you backstage again now, and we'll go on to CoopHive. So Levi should be joining me now. Hi, Levi.
Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can see you, we can hear you. Thanks for joining us today. Do you want to explain a bit about what CoopHive does and your bounty?
Hello. So hi, my name is Levi. I'm the founder of CoopHive. And so we're building basically modular marketplace primitives that enable creating any kind of marketplace from building blocks. And so the idea is that we're enabling any entities, potentially, let's say agents, for example, to exchange any asset or combination of assets with each other. So that could be compute, storage, bandwidth, data, energy, real world assets, etc. That's kind of the goal. And so right now we have our marketplace primitives basically allow for exchanging, any bundle of ERC20s or 721s for another bundle of the same, although of course you could do direct bartering. And what we're looking for are basically integrations with Filecoin, right? So right now we're working on a lot of the off-chain logic for running compute jobs, but we want integrations with storage networks as well. And so that's mostly what these bounties are about. It's about the best integration for Filecoin, and that can come in many different flavors and many different forms. So feel free to use your imagination and also integrate with other protocols. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Levy. I will send you backstage again now, and we'll move on to our final partner for now. So Eric should be joining me very shortly.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Hi, Eric. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Rebecca, for the opportunity. We look forward to partnering with you guys. My name's Eric. I am one of the co-founders of Randomoo. Randomoo spun out of Protocol Labs a while back based on the DRAND team. So for those of you that may know, DRAND is short for distributed randomness, powers the consensus layer in Filecoin. And one of the things that we thought might be fun to explore is to use our verifiable randomness and or time lock encryption, which is another one of our features, to build a fairer future for AI. So as many of our previous speakers have mentioned, a lot of the AI we get today is difficult to trust because we don't know where it's coming from, or we have difficulty verifying the centralized nature of the folks that are providing it for us. And so we thought some different ways that we might explore this include things such as building a game that generates content for multiple players using reproducible AI powered by verifiable randomness. You could potentially consider building a Filecoin deadman switch that periodically releases keys to wallets with an AI triggering an automatic rotation of the private key periodically to show proof of life. Something as simple as a time lock encrypted deck of cards using our network as a dealer. And there are many other potential use cases for time lock AI. So that's one of our favorite features. And it sounds like Patrick is already ready for online poker. So I'm glad to see that. So we hope you'll have fun with it. It's a very important and essential primitive in making the world a fairer place, starting with Filecoin, but we hope to expand it much more broadly to AI as well. And we're also working on an orchestration and automation layer for AI transactions. So more about that in a future hackathon. But for now, we'll keep it simple. So thank you, Rebecca, for the opportunity, and we look forward to working with all of you. We'll have a workshop coming up with our own Dr. Nimitari Ajienka, who is going to be running a workshop on sealed bid auctions. So be sure to tune into that if you want to learn more.
Thank you very much, Eric. We're excited to have you here as well. And yeah, we look forward to your workshop later this week. So I will send you backstage again now. That is all of our hackathon partners who have come up and introduced their bounties. So I'm sure that's a lot to take in. And don't worry, this meeting is being recorded and you can rewatch it from tomorrow on our YouTube channel. So don't worry if you missed anything. And also, more importantly, all of this information is available in the Hacker Pack, and all of the mentors are here to help you out. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. The best hackathon experience will be if you use all the tools at your disposal, and that includes the mentors. So we really, really want you to make the most of this opportunity. So we're going to really quickly talk a little bit about what to do if you need help, and then we're going to move straight on into our introduction workshop, because I know a lot of you are probably itching to get started. So if you need help, the first place you should go is the Discord community. So when you join the Encode Club Discord, you can select the AI Blueprints Hackathon role, and you'll be added to the channel dedicated to this hackathon. All of the bounty partners will have a specific room and will have mentors in each of the rooms there to answer your questions. And you can also get in contact with other hackers. So if you're looking to form a team or you're looking to ideate, then this is the place to go first of all. You should also attend the hackathon workshops. You would have received an email today with information about what workshops are happening. That information is also in the hacker pack, and you should also have calendar invites. So there's no excuse to miss them. If you're interested in a bounty, definitely come to the hackathon workshop, because it's the first opportunity to talk to a mentor live, to ask questions and get a response and ask another question. And it's also the opportunity to learn what you need to know to get started building for that bounty. So those workshops will also be recorded, but we really, really suggest that you attend them live, because that is the best opportunity to talk to the people giving the workshops. Later on in the hackathon, we'll also be offering mentoring and office hours. So if you're interested in getting some more one-on-one support, then that is the opportunity for that. And for any other support for hackathon logistics or stuff about your registration, please contact me. I'm here to help you throughout the hackathon. I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. And feel free to tag me in the Encode Discord as well if I miss your DM, because sometimes the message request can go to spam. But don't worry, I will help you out once I see your message. Okay, so this is what you need to know to get started. The last thing we need to cover just before we move on to the workshop is the code of conduct, which you are expected to follow if you are participating in an Encode Club program. So the key things to mention is that we expect you to be acting with respect and courtesy to your fellow attendees, to the mentors, to the judges, and of course the Encode team. We have a zero tolerance policy for harassment. If there's any bullying, inappropriate behavior or harassment, then you will be banned from future Encode Club events. It's pretty simple. Cheating and plagiarism is of course not allowed. That will also lead to disqualification. We want you to collaborate with integrity, and this means if you're working with a team of people you don't know before, you give the credit to the person that it's comes from, and you do the same if you end up winning a bounty. And pretty simply, consequences for violating the code of conduct are that your project will be disqualified from this hackathon, and you won't be allowed to participate in future programs. So it's something that we need to note, because we want you to have a positive experience in this hackathon, and we just want to make sure that everyone is following the rules. Palash has asked, can we start a new discussion around our project in the discussions and informations channel? Yes, you can if you want. You can also put it in the introductions chat if you're looking to meet other people to work with, or if you're looking to talk more specifically to bounty partners, I'd suggest using their channels so that they know that you're addressing them directly.